Hello everyone, this is me Trisha. I am a first year dental student. Today's topic is cerebral circulation. In cerebral circulation, which refers to the flow of blood through the blood vessel of a brain, the brain tissue need an adequate blood supply continuously. If there is no blood supply, there is a stoppage for 5 seconds, which leads to an unconsciousness. And for 5 minutes, it leads to irreparable damage to the brain cells. The cerebral blood vessels, the brain receives the blood from the basilar artery and the internal carotid artery. Basilar artery and the internal carotid artery. The basilar artery which from the vertebral artery and the internal carotid artery from the common carotid artery. And the branches of these arteries forms the circle of Wills. Here you can see the circle of Wills. And for the venous drainage is by a sinuses and which opens into an internal jugular vein. Let's see about detailing about a circle of Wills. In the circle of Will, you can see a vertebral artery which forms the basilar artery and which divides into a posterior cerebral artery, and from that a posterior communicating artery with the middle cerebral artery. And here you can see the anterior cerebral artery, between that the anterior communicating artery and this two forms the internal carotid artery. And the anterior cerebral artery, you can see here the anterior cerebral artery which supplies in the brain in this the same color you can see here, the blue color part, and in the middle cerebral artery here, and the posterior cerebral artery you can see these parts. For basilar artery which supplies blood to the occipital lobe, cerebellum, pons and the medulla, and the rest of the parts which is supplied by internal carotid artery, upper brainstem and the remaining part of the cortex. In the normal cerebral blood flow, the brain receives normally a some 50 to 800 ml of blood per minute, and it is about 15 to 16% of total cardiac output, and about 50 to 55% which 50 to 55 ml per 100 gram of brain tissue per minute. The measurement of cerebral blood flow, which can be calculated by the 5 methods. 5 different methods are there to measure the cerebral blood flow, which are Kelvin-Kit nitrous oxide method, and by using radioactive substances, and by computerizing axial topography, and by positron emission topography, and by a magnetic resonance imaging. This can be studied in later videos.